what my town is famous for, namako, which is sea cucumber. You have it raw, like sashimi style, over rice with wasabi and a little bit of vinegar. And when you look at it, it's so gross. My other friend described it as spit-covered rocks because the texture is slimy on the outside but crunchy on the inside. And just the first time you see it, you're just like, is this edible? But I was with my superintendent of my town, so I worked up all the courage and ate it. And it was the most delicious thing I've ever eaten in my life. I'm Amanda Tsuhako. I was an ALT for 2 years in Yokohama town in Aomori Prefecture, and I was a JET from 2015 to 2017. I started taking Japanese in 7th grade at private school, and immediately the Japanese senseis would talk about, oh, so-and-so is doing the JET program right now, so-and-so is doing JET. And so I just grew up with this idea like, if I kept on studying Japanese, then I could also go to Japan and have these amazing experiences. My time on JET was special because of all the relationships that I built in Japan. It was an amazing time teaching English and just living in such a small town. When I first got my placement, I saw Yokohama, so I immediately thought of Kanagawa-ken. Yokohama is so close to Tokyo. But then I saw Aomori Prefecture, and I was like, where is Aomori? I've never heard of that before. So I went on Google Maps and I looked it up, and you're just going more north, more north, more north until you hit Hokkaido. And it's like, oh my gosh, I'm in the middle of nowhere. When we flew from Tokyo into Aomori, you're just seeing all these trees. And I was just like, where is this place? And then when we landed at the airport, then we took another 2-hour drive to Yokohama. And I was just like, where am I? On my preferences, I wrote South Japan in a huge city, but here I was in this little town of 5,000 people. But when I got there, it was amazing. It was so beautiful. It was just so much like Hawaii, where the mountains in like Manoa, and then the day was so like Magic Island. And during the summer, all the kids go and play out in the water. It was like surprisingly Hawaii in the middle of northern Japan. I did not see myself as an English teacher at all. I didn't study how to teach English, and so I was coming in there being the fun person to make these kids feel like English isn't just something to study at school, it's a way to communicate with anyone. So one of my first lessons when I got there was with the 3rd graders, and I taught them how to dance to the hukibao. I practiced for weeks trying to play these simple chords on the ukulele, and in a 40-minute lesson, I taught them how to dance to the chorus while I tried to play the ukulele. And they all had so much fun. They were running around the classroom, and the teacher was taking pictures and video. It was an amazing experience for them. I think JET is important because my town was so small with less than 5,000 people and so far from any other city. And so these kids will probably never leave Japan or will never leave their prefecture. So giving them the opportunity to meet someone who has traveled or is from somewhere that they will never go to is such a great experience for them to meet and experience, and hopefully give them the passion to travel there one day. The first thing you introduce yourself, oh, I'm Amanda, I'm from Hawaii, and Japanese people are like, oh my gosh, you're from Hawaii, I love Hawaii, I had my honeymoon there. Like, that's just their passion for Hawaii really opens up my eyes. So when I came back home, I'm like, oh, this is what they were talking about. Just the magic of Hawaii. In Hawaii, everyone is your auntie, your uncle, your cousin. And going to Japan too, there's so many times that I'll be walking down the street and you hear, "Onei-chan, Onei-chan." And it's a little Japanese grandma calling you over, and then they give you all these foods that they've grown in their garden. It's just this way to become a family with a stranger that you wouldn't have known otherwise. JET is just the experience that everyone should have the opportunity to go through. It's a community that will stick with you for the rest of your life, and especially JETAA Hawaii is people that I'm proud to say that I have a relationship with.